Imagine your boss asking you for something you'd never even consider. Not overtime, not an urgent task, but the code to your own garage. That's exactly what happened to me, and that's where it all began, transforming in less than 24 hours from a typical workday into a complete legal disaster. I'd been working for 3 years at a mid-sized logistics company. My job was stable, my performance was good, and I had no warnings or official issues on my record. The only problem was my boss, an arrogant man who thought money gave him the right to control everyone. He drove a luxury car, spoke loudly, and treated his employees like they were his personal property. I put up with it, like everyone else, because I thought patience was a part of being professional. That day, he summoned me to his office unexpectedly. I walked in and found him tense, nervous, and speaking rapidly. Without any preamble, he said, "Give me the code to your garage door." I thought he was joking, so I smiled, but he didn't. He explained that he wanted to send a maintenance worker to replace the company car from my garage while I was at the office. That's when everything changed. I live in a rural area and my garage is detached from the house. It contains over $10,000 worth of woodworking equipment, some of it brand new and unused. The idea of a stranger entering my garage was completely unacceptable. I calmly told him I wasn't comfortable with it, that I had the keys, and that I would bring the car myself the next day. What he didn't know was that the car wasn't even at my house. The night before, I'd noticed a slow leak in one of the tires, so I decided to leave it in the company back lot and took my wife's car. But he didn't listen, didn't ask questions, and didn't even look out the window. He just assumed. Suddenly, his voice changed. He started yelling and accusing me of disobeying orders and hoarding company property. He told me that refusing was tantamount to theft and that he would call the police and have them come to my house. He gave me an ultimatum, either the code now or immediate termination for theft. At that moment, I felt something break inside me. It wasn't a job anymore. It was my dignity. I calmly told him that his entering my house wasn't part of my employment contract, and if that was his condition, I was quitting. Then he exploded in anger, yelling, "Pack your things and get out of here right now!" I did exactly as he said. I placed my car keys on his desk, amidst the clutter of his papers, turned, and left without another word. I didn't realize I'd left the office, but I'd entered the most dangerous chapter of this story. About 2 hours later, I was walking home when I received a notification from my home security camera. I opened the app and saw a tow truck parked in my driveway. A man got out, looked around, searched for the car, and couldn't find it. I expected him to leave, but he didn't. Instead, he went back to his truck, took out a crowbar, and headed straight for the side garage door. At that moment, I felt a mixture of anger and fear. This wasn't a misunderstanding anymore. This was a break-in. I immediately called the police and reported an attempted burglary. Because I live in a remote area, I expected them to be delayed, but luckily, a deputy lived only 2 kilometers away and was on duty. He arrived within minutes and caught the man trying to break down the door. He didn't resist. He broke down immediately. He claimed to be just a tow driver and pulled out his phone to justify himself. He showed the officer text messages from my former boss, clearly stating that I had been fired, that I had stolen the car and hidden it in the garage, that he should do what it takes to retrieve it, and that he would cover any damages. The officer called my boss to verify. The boss, confident in his own words, confirmed everything on the call, believing he was acting decisively. The call was recorded. Afterward, the officer decided to go to the company headquarters to retrieve the stolen car. There, he found the car parked exactly where I had left it, in the back, just a few meters from the boss's office, visible from his window. At that point, the story transformed from an allegation into a clear crime. The boss was arrested in his office and handcuffed. He tried to shout, he tried to resist, he spoke of his rights and influence, but this only made matters worse, and he was charged with obstructing police work. At the end of the day, I was sitting at home, looking at my garage, which he had nearly wrecked, when I received a call from my lawyer, who couldn't hide his excitement. Unfair dismissal, a false report, incitement to trespass, and defamation. A heavy legal case, all because of a man who thought power meant controlling other people's lives. This story taught me one thing: no job is worth compromising your boundaries for, and no manager, no matter their position, has the right to invade your privacy. Those who think they are above the law often learn the truth the hard way. If you enjoyed this story and this kind of shocking, realistic narrative, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with anyone who might be interested. More powerful stories await you.